What is going on, guys? It's your boy Perfection here, coming at you with another weekly upload. In today's video, I got a gameplay on Hacienda Twilight on Black Ops 4. I ended up doing very well in this game at the end with going 47-6, so I hope you enjoy that in the background. This map actually got me thinking about that video topic today. I wanted to talk about Treyarch's, I guess, bizarre take on map variants in Black Ops 4 and how that idea has been played around with and how it can be implemented better in the future. So, I guess one of the ways you can keep maps fresh during the life cycle of a game is you can add map variants and you can add different weather effects and different takes on the original map that you shipped with the game. They try to do that here in Black Ops 4. They did 5 maps. They did Seaside Sunset, Hacienda Twilight, Jungle Flooded, Arsenal Sandstorm, and Contraband Hurricane. So, although I do appreciate the attempt, it was implemented very poorly and actually made the original maps play worse than they otherwise would have. I think a lot of you guys would agree with that. But let's just break down each map here and go through it and just see specific examples as where Treyarch just completely shit the bed and how they were thinking a good idea but just implemented it poorly. So the first one would be Seaside Sunset. So this would, I would say, would be the least changed effect map. Really all they did was change the time of day to like sunset rather than just daytime. So it really didn't change anything. The sight lines all remained the same. The map stayed the exact same. They didn't change any, add any windows or add any separate rooms. Everything was the exact same, and they just changed the daytime, so the shadows are a little bit different, but nothing too drastic that I would say would take away from the original map layout. They also released with Seaside Sunset Firing Range Night, so that was just a night map take on Firing Range. I actually like this one. It changed up. One of the best maps in the game was Firing Range, and they took that and put nighttime. The lighting is very well done, so that makes it really well. That makes it really good. So that actually was a better example of how to do nighttime than this map here, Hacienda Twilight, what you're seeing in the background. Here it's nighttime as well, or twilight, I guess, so a little bit like sunset, I guess. But it was just a lot worse. The lighting in the buildings, in the rooms, in the main palace, in the main house, it's just completely off. Sometimes you can't even see where these guys are. If you notice in the front, in the gameplay in the back, multiple times I can't even see some guys in corners because it gets so dark in these rooms. So it was just poorly implemented. Like right here, for example, like these rooms are so dark and poorly lit that it just doesn't work. I can't see anybody. Here's an example actually where they added another alleyway in the back, which I like. It adds another element to the map, and that was actually a good addition because that hallway is just death row. So the fact that they added that to give you a little bit more cover and a little bit more strategic flanking route, I like that addition. But just it was overall a bad implementation based on this lighting inside. If they did a better job lighting the inside of the house, of the main house here, it would have been a lot better. Another one, Jungle Flooded. Jungle Flooded is probably the worst take on an original map that I've ever seen. The original Jungle is one of the best maps of all time. Definitely for streaks and definitely just for layout and aesthetic. It's gorgeous. It takes you right into the jungle of Vietnam, and it was just a great map, and they basically ruined it. Half the map is completely flooded, so you have to swim. Although I do like the swimming mechanics in these Treyarch games. In this one, for example, all the water's all dirty and muddied up, and it just you can barely see through it, and it just really ruins the flow of the match. And it's just a bad take on a remake, and it just completely shit on the original map. So that's not good. Another one, and another one that was bad, Arsenal Sandstorm. So Arsenal already wasn't the greatest map in the game, and then they took that map and made it a complete shit show. They just put a sandstorm rolling through, so you can't see 2 feet in front of you in this map. It's really bad. It's frustrating, obviously for snipers. I can imagine. I'm not a sniper, but if I was a sniper, I'd be pissed. And every time this map comes up in the rotation, I just vote to skip or just get the hell out of there because you're going to be frustrated the whole time. It's just not a good idea. I don't know what they were thinking. Who sat there in the developer meeting and said, you know what, let's put a sandstorm going through this map and see how players like that. It's just not a good idea, and something that should have been not even thought of in the first place. And then the final one, so that's 6 maps that they brought, actually. I thought it was 5, but 6. Contraband Hurricane. This is my favorite one, I'd say, of all of them. Although it's kind of like original Contraband's nice and tropical, and the color, the blue, the nice water is nice and blue, and the trees are green. It's a cool dynamic. This one kind of gets rid of all that and has a hurricane ripping through, which I thought was really cool. The weather effects and the way they made the trees move with the wind. It was just a really cool take on something that was already good, but they made it that much better. And that was a props to Treyarch for doing that. So basically, you look at the 6 I just laid out for you. I'd say Seaside Sunset, Contraband Hurricane, and the Fire and Range Night. Those are the 3 standouts, and then the 3 ones that were also mentioned: Hacienda Twilight, Jungle Flood, and Arsenal Sandstorm were just was just not good at all. So they did 50-50, which is good, but I would have liked to see every single map in the game have a dynamic weather effect and a map variant for it, but it wasn't the case. They just did. I guess they just picked randomly 6 maps. I don't know how they chose these maps specifically, but they did. So yeah, kind of bizarre when you think about it. A lot of these maps, a lot of these weather effects just didn't really work. And again, it was a good attempt, but it didn't really play out how it should have. In the future, I would love to see them continue this. If you're not going to release new maps every few weeks, at least you can do is every few weeks release a weather effect map. Or right at launch, have the same map and have 4 different versions of that map, so to speak. That you can have one at night, one during the day, one during a storm, one during, you know what I mean? You can do a bunch of different things with these maps. And there was a good attempt on Black Ops 4, but it just wasn't to the quality that I would expect from Treyarch and a AAA studio. So hopefully in the future they can do this better. Going back and thinking about this, I think this was the only time a developer even attempted to do map variants of maps. So at least they had, I'll give them credit for that, but just, I don't know, in practice it just didn't really work out. And instead of that, they should have, if not, they should have added different new maps into the game free to play. They did grind, which was a good addition, but you have to do more than that, because at the end of the day, you're playing this game for years, only playing the same 14 maps that shipped the game, 5 of which were remakes, so 9 maps that were new. It just gets stale quick, so they have to add more of the weather effects and more fresh new maps going forward. So yeah, with that, I think that's all I wanted to talk about in today's video. In the background, I'm just going off right now. I'm getting through my streaks, rolling through them like crazy. It's one of those games that just everything went right. I'm in the zone. So, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you get in that mood when you just feel it and you just want to go off, and that was definitely here. You're zoned in. So I end up going 47-6, which is a decent score for me. I was just pushing for that 50 kill because that's a milestone, especially in TDM, but I was just unable to get it on this map. So yeah, hopefully going forward in the next game, which will be Treyarch coming up, hopefully they do this again with the map layouts and map variants. Yeah, very cool. I think the only time they changed the map was right here in this Hacienda Twilight video when they added that little corridor. I'm pretty sure every single other map, they just kept the same layout, but just added those weather effects. Yeah, that's true. So that's cool. I guess maybe they should have done a little bit more, just instead of the weather effects, also kind of do some map layout changes and add something unique to the map that kind of sets it apart from the original version. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not going to really, I'll take what I can get, so to speak. If it's free, you know, that's, what can you complain about, right? Beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, with that, let me know your comments down below what you think on this. Do you think Treyarch handled these map variants correctly, or do you think they could have done a little bit more to gain your interest and to kind of bring some excitement to these original maps? I thought it was actually a great idea. I hope they do it again. Let's hope and pray that this next Call of Duty game works out. It's what's the date I'm filming this? I'm filming this on the 22nd of July, guys. So hopefully we're in the next. If you saw my previous video, go check that out. I talk about when I expect the announcement for the new Call of Duty game to happen. I'm hoping it's this week, sometime maybe tomorrow or Friday. If not, it will be next week. I think we're getting here close. So hopefully it all starts sounding good and all starts coming through. We have been getting some more leaks. We have the names of 8 multiplayer maps now that are in the alpha. So hopefully that is a sign of things to come, in the sense that we're going to get a release trailer here soon. I'm thinking the marketing this year is going to be a little bit different. They'll probably just drop it on us, a trailer, and then just say beta in a few weeks. That's what I hope, with a release date in November. So with that, I want to thank you all for watching the video. Just wrapping up here in the background. It was pretty much a bloodbath from start to finish. I feel bad for these guys, but that's what you do, right? You got to join the game, and you got to just take what you can get. So with that, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you can leave a like. It means a lot. So thanks, guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.